it goes.
But yeah, it was good.
God. Say hi, Ricky. Oh, never mind. Don't say hi, Ricky. What are you doing?
Hey, right behind you, Jamie.
Yeah.
On the right side of the top of that open box, that big box right there. No, the gray one right in front of you.
Yeah, this one?
Yeah, to the right.
Yeah.
There's a black pair of scissors in there.
Oh, here?
These out for any reason?
Oh, yeah. Trimming scissors?
Yeah.
Trimming tires.
1 inch
Pop.
gaps, dude. And I know that sounds so well now. I never had a problem with phones. Never
David.
Sound like big farts rolling down.
Right? So,
Paul!
What up, bitches? I mean,
Yay, Ricky can read.
what up, bitches?
what is it, bitches?
What up?
Okay. Couple minutes late as normal. You know why it is, guys? I'm sure we're live, right?
Yeah, we've been live.
You know, everybody gets here about 5:45, 6:15, 6:30ish. And, you know, it usually gets an hour and a half. We're playing around, doing some dyno hits. We're eating some pizza. We're you know, calling girls and telling lies. And
please.
well, okay,
You wish.
we're not telling lies. And I didn't see anybody but the girls. So it's not the movie ones, all right? And that's what we do. We horse around as buddies, and that's why we're always a couple of minutes, because it's, you know, it's 7:58, and I'm like, oh my god, the show! And we're all standing outside with transmitters or something, you know? So, my bad.
Oh, there goes David again with the sound thing.
David, turn up your volume.
Don't tell you,
Yeah.
David. It sucks for you.
I think we gotta build
Be
an app
nice.
for David, so he has to blow into the phone, and if he's like a .10 or whatever, then it won't let him comment on there.
A breathalyzer attached to his phone.
Okay.
Be nice.
I love
Oh,
Dave.
God,
He's a good guy.
I'm gonna hear about this
And
later.
he's one of my best friend's brother. You're picking
Yeah.
on me.
You always pick on him.
He starts it.
Yeah, and you finish it. We know.
Makes it so easy.
Okay, let's stop. Keep going.
Okay.
Shout outs. Let's go.
Okay. So, welcome to episode number 14, brought to you by 707 Streetcars. I'm Daniel Judd, reside here in the 707, and as always with me are my co-hosts Ricky Bellotti and Randy Vieira, some of the fastest guys that are into this stuff. Thank you again, guys, for tuning in and sticking with us and watching the videos. Please subscribe. Go to YouTube. Remember, we're 707 Streetcars, but on YouTube our page is Streetcars of the 707. So all one word. The following we got. God, we're almost to 1,000 in what, 3 weeks?
Yeah.
3 weeks. The page is 3 weeks old, and it's almost got 1,000 people on it. So. That's huge for me. I know it's huge for these guys.
What
Come
the?
on, guys.
They're starting a GoFundMe for
No.
you, Dan.
Rick
What?
Jones trying to GoFundMe for Daniel's Wi-Fi in the house.
Oh my god.
Rick, that's a good one.
Who said that?
Rick
Who?
Jones. Oh, the one.
That was-
I've been
that
talking
was
about the
fucking
Wi-Fi
good.
stuff.
That was good. Okay. Again, episode 14. Let me get into my shout-outs. I got some shout-outs this week that's going to actually cover something that we want to show here. First and foremost, Troy Schroeder of Phantom RC Products, PhantomRC.com. I think we're all rocking Phantom
Stick
stuff
those
tonight.
pecs out. Here you go.
You know, there's been some talk about, you know, these graphene batteries I found from so-and-so.
Oh my God, you guys are
knockoff
matching
company.
again.
They're, you know, I think they're just as good as the Phantom one that I bought, and I reassure you they're not. You know, when you talk of a top-notch company like Tekin and Hobbywing and R1 Works, or you talk of a high-end company like Phantom and what's the other big battery company? Max Amps. You know, there's a couple of Trinity. R1 makes battery. There's other battery companies out there, but you know, I get that at first maybe it will seem like you're $29.99 purchase off of eBay, through whatever battery company that's a knockoff brand, might seem okay right now, but I guarantee you when you start really doing some serious heads-up racing and you really start leaning on the car and figure out the tune and the suspension through all our other videos, these batteries will not be enough. So invest in batteries, guys. I mean, it'd be like them telling Dale Earnhardt Jr. right before the race, man, the car's all dialed in, but you know what? We ran out of race fuel. You're going to have to run the 87 out of the Honda generator. That just isn't going to work, And that's the same thing. You buy a cheap battery and put it in your car. You're siphoning, instead of using race gas, as power. You're using 87 octane at Valero. You know what I'm saying? So, and you don't want to do that with your batteries. So, batteries, motors. The motors we run are Phantom. Check out PhantomRC.com. PhantomRacing.com. You can type it in just about any way and it's going to come up. I want to give a shout out to Paul Peterson with Shark RC Bodies. Shark RC Bodies has, again, I talked to Paul, the owner. I'm a team driver for him. He finally, yesterday or the day before, there was another lag with the Lexan that thought he was going to get last Friday. The Lexan is in-house. He's starting to make the bodies. Most of the bodies will start shipping out at the end of next week. What's happening is we've helped him transform over into drag racing to see how many bodies we'd sell. He sold so many of them that he ran out of Lexan. And again, Lexan's hard to come by because of the face mask thing, guys. And he's finally got Lexan. He bought more Lexan than he thinks he'll need for the next year. So now that the Lexan's in, he can get to making bodies, and when they're made, he can get to shipping them. But it's... First, it was the drag racers and kind of a lot of the guys that are watching on this, and it was 10 of them, and then it was 70 of them, and next thing you know, he's behind because he ran out of Lexan. Well, now there's something else happening too, which he will be fulfilling personal orders first, but now it's gotten big enough where vendors are reaching out to Paul, and so I told him it's going to be growing pains. It's going to get bigger. It's there for you to grab and eat if you want, but that's what's going on with Shark. Shark has really gone mainstream with the NPRC, and I'm proud to say that we are one of the people right up there along with Paul that his designs and my idea and how we could change it and bring it in. We have been primarily responsible for this happening, and I'm so proud that I could do this for Paul and do this for all the racers out there. And now I got faster stuff on my cars, you guys got faster stuff on my cars. Sky's the limit. So big shout out to Paul Peterson. If you do any dirt oval racing, check out his dirt oval bodies, his late model bodies and stuff like that. Second to none. Steve Negri of RC Racing Innovations, chassis, wheelie bars. People are starting to get their stuff. And just top-notch stuff. It's what we run in our cars, except for Randy. Randy's actually got something brewing on his own as far as chassis going right now. Do you want to talk about that? Not yet?
Not ready.
Okay.
Not ready.
Okay.
It's too raw.
So Steve's helped us out and brought us on and recognizing us as some of the fastest guys in the country. So we represent his products. We run only his products. If you want looking for some good wheelie bars, you're looking for a sweet chassis, go to RC Racing Innovations. Either their Facebook page or their website. Get a hold of Steve Negri. He can make this happen for you. So that's what we run. The next one is Michael Carvalho. He's owner of Flashpacks, I believe. And I say that because I know he owns Flashpacks, but doesn't he co-own it with somebody else?
No.
It's just him.
It's just Milo.
Okay.
Just Milo.
So Milo, if you're looking for a good cat pack, you're just getting into this, you're hearing about them and what they do and why you need one in the drag car, go see Milo and talk to Milo off of Flash Packs. He'll hook you up and get you what you need for the car, for the application. And that's not just NPRC 2S racing. He does 4S, 6S, 8S, the guys that are doing speed runs and stuff. If you're looking for a good quality built and quality product put into it when it's built, it's Flash Packs hands down. So Jake Rosen at Jake's Performance Hobbies, you can reach him at 707-586-3375 in Roanoke Park, California. He carries everything from boats to cars to you name it, and he's really big into the drag racing scene. He's our primary hub here in Sonoma County in Northern California that everybody buys from, and he knows what to keep in stock. So if you're having trouble getting your drag stuff or your stuff for your pro boat or something like that, give Jake a call. He ships to the lower 48. And buy small, guys. Start shopping at your hobby shops and spending your money there, please. Robert Knighton of RC. You know, let's get back to Robert in a minute. I want to give just a quick shout out to all the Lake County guys and the MPRC up there. They're our sister county, and these are guys that started tagging along with us 2 years, and we've helped them get fast. And they always bring a big smile and a great attitude to our races. And from what I've seen, there's a couple of them that are getting real fast, so it should be a hell of a showdown here in September. You know, I want to give a huge shout out. Hats off, everybody. Applause for Jamie Garlip.
Why?
The lady that is doing the filming and puts up with this every day, or every time we do this.
You guys are hilarious.
She's awesome person to know. You know, you're only, my mom always told me you're only good as the people you surround yourself with. And so I try and just like the RC parts I put in my cars or this or that, you know, I only surround myself with the best individuals. And I'm really proud to say that these are some really good individuals. So I'm very blessed to have friends like this, and God bless America, and God bless titanium rotors and ball bearing, twin ball bearing turbos. But really, to everybody in America, to everybody you know that lives on this soil, I'm a patriot through and through. We're going through some tough times right now, but pretty fortunate to do what we do. So my last shout out is to Robert Knighton. Robert Knighton is the sole owner and operator of RCTags.com. So first I want to read a letter. This is the guy that I met 3 months ago that helped me find the program and software I needed to run my own homemade dyno. So after that, he said it was about the same time we were starting the Facebook page. And we put up something that we just had really quick, and we were, you know, and he's like, you know what, dude, I'm going to make you guys, oh, no, he didn't even reach out to me. He just started sending me pictures, and it was of these logos right here. And he made, what?
It's getting dark.
Oh, he made our, should I save this one for afterward? Okay, we're going to do something. We're going to get right back to the rest of this. I'll get back to you in a minute, Robert, if you're watching. There's some really cool stuff I want to show you here.
Text him and make
we're
sure
running
he's
out of
watching.
daylight, and there's two things we're going to go over tonight. Number one, we're going to go over radio upgrades. We have just about every radio we own on the market except for Sanwa, which makes great stuff. But we're running out of daylight, and what we want to do is we want to go live with you guys outside and show you about this fine little adjustment that I've talked about with the Wheeliebar, and how if the car's going left, you adjust the right side and make the right side firmer. It's the opposite. And then if it's going right, you go left. We're going to use the Ghost with one of the old bodies in case we take a spill. I don't have the best road in front of my house. You'll see the cracks out there. They're like the Grand Canyon. But so let's retreat outside real quick, and then we'll come back in and get going with the show. So do you have the wheelie bar set up neutral right now, so go straight?
Should.
Okay.
Woo! Tire.
Yeah, it's getting nasty. But
Oh my god. Woo! Go on the light.
Oh yeah.
Watch, as soon as you get this all set up, downpour.
Yeah. We'll put the
Hey, there's my
pedal
car.
tires on.
There's the Tahoe I want.
For sale.
No, it's not.
anything's for sale.
Anything's for sale.
Oh, don't say that.
Quick launch. And Jamie, yeah, actually, just over kind of where you are. I don't want you to have to run out of the road if the car comes.
I'll be fine.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna show you the car at a neutral setting with the wheelie bar, and getting the car going straight. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna show you the opposite adjustment on the wheelie bar to fine tune the left and the right launch of the car. So just throw it down once, make sure the bars are good. That's pretty on straight. Alright. Well, we're going to let them leave real quick. That's something we can't control.
They can control that.
Real quick. With a 235 55 R17.
Nah, she gets scared.
Phantom RC Racing products. Go to phantom.com. Shark RC Bodies.
Should get real scale and put like tail lights and headlights on it.
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh, I thought they were waving to you.
I don't know, but you should have said your advice before you left the house. Get your car out of the way.
Oh my god, dude.
Okay, so see, if you notice, she's really straight right now. So as soon as this lady here in this family leaves in this minivan, what we're going to do is we are going to disrupt the launch by a bar, and we're going to show you how we can steer the car with the bar on launch. You got to remember that weight comes back. It's on the rear bar. Where that bar is finally set to is going to depict which way a car goes. So let's go ahead and make the car go left by giving it right bar. So what he's going to do is he's going to tweak the right of the bar down.
Are you tweaking?
I'm not
Twerking?
tweaking.
No, I'm. Oh my god.
What this is going to do
What is this gonna do? Want me to look at you?
is this
Oh, what?
This car's going to that wheelie bar. As you
gotta
can
see the
see,
whole-
the
watch the
car,
whole car
Okay.
go.
the bar that was the bar setting that was on there made the car go perfectly straight. And now he's unadjusted the bar to show you that it'll steer the car. So watch the green. So it made it go left, right? Okay. So now we're gonna bring it back. Did it go left or did it go right? Okay. So now he's gonna give it left bar, and it's gonna make the car go the opposite way.
Now she-
Driver, watch the light. Whoa. You
Whoa!
see that?
Oh no
Okay, now watch. Now he's gonna bring back his bar setting. Now put it back to where she wants to run there, Ricky.
Oh, Paul says, why the heck is that not a shark body?
I knew he was gonna say that.
Okay, because if you notice, Paul, my road, we don't want to take one of our awesome shark bodies for this kind of testing and
This
mess
is
it
rough
up.
waters.
Oh.
Oh, look at, we got people watching.
I was gonna say, you're a little funky there, bud.
Should be good. Might need a little more.
Driver, go on the light. Bam, straight as an arrow. So now when you find your sweet spot with your wheelie bar and it makes the car go straight for that fine tuning, you want to pay attention to that setting, because that setting is going to get disrupted when you send the car, and you want it to do that again on the next race, so you want to reset the bar. And if you do enough practicing in the morning or before a race, you will see what's the word I'm talking about? Dang it.
Chain reaction.
You're going to see a pattern in the wheelie bar adjustment that you've made. And like I said, guys, if the car's going right, okay, give it some left bar and it will straighten it out. Because when it launches, it's leaning to that side and wanting to go right. So if we can hold it up with that bar tweak, it's going to straighten the car out. And that's exactly what we're doing here.
I'm sleeping on the tree.
You're
Oh.
sleeping? Oh.
All right, let's send it down the street again. This is the OG Ghost. OG, triple OG, double OG.
Just go.
Drivers, go on the light.
Woo!
That's a hit right there. That's yeah.
Oh my god, you got all your neighbors coming out. Look at this. Got people over here.
Car.
Okay. It's like a drive-through parade. Everybody wave.
Good though. Let's go back in and get on with the show.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
And we didn't even have to pay them. Do 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 do. They're probably like, what the heck are they doing now? Typical.
The OG Ghost. It will kill. My fan runs for like 10 seconds with that.
Hold on.
What?
Really quick.
Where are you going?
Well, because any time we run one of these cars, they can get dead off of it. What's the speed?
Cold.
Oh my god.
Cold.
R1 works.
God.
Talking about Tommy Wing.
And honk honk. Can I do this without spilling my ginger ale?
Almost done.
Okay, everybody get tucked in.
Okay, so is there any questions about the Wheeliebar? Now,
Kiddie pool.
just like the Wheeliebar, like I said, if your car's going right, that's because it's leaning down this way and wanting to go right. So we're tweaking the Wheeliebar down to the left, and when it wants to bend over and go right, it's going to hit that Wheeliebar and make it go straight. Now, if you're getting a lot harder, like you're going out and it's spinning out, there's two things that could be happening. Number one, your wheelie bar is set way too low, and you're robbing all the bite out of the rear tires, and you're just the tires are barely hitting the ground, and it's becoming unloaded and it spins out. Once you conquer that, if it's still going hard one way, that's where the wedge adjustment in the back, the spring preload. So if my car wants to, go really hard right, I can start bringing it straight with small increments on the left side of preload on the spring, and it will straighten the car out. And then when it's really close, that's when you start using the wheelie bar. So the wheelie bar is a fine adjustment. But I just wanted to show, a lot of the guys out there, how you adjust it one way and it makes the car go one way, and you adjust it the other way and it makes the car go the other way. That's how it works. So let me
Don't spill it.
short commercial break here.
Don't spill it. I think you spilled a ginger ale on the phone with me.
Okay. Okay, so this guy Robert Knighton with RC Tags, really cool guy. He's really nice. He's been over backward to help me, like I do, with a lot of other people. I just kind of go out of my way. I see somebody that needs something, or and I got it laying around, I give it to them, and I just try and go to that extra mile. I mean, we all RC guys, right? So, after helping me with the dyno and making our logos and stuff, and actually altering a bunch of other pictures for us that didn't look right.
I thought it was Dan that came up with the picture. I'm like, no, we need to do this. And Ricky, no, we need to change this. Dan's like, well, some guy's making this for us, so we can't really be, assholes saying that, want this, and this change. Is like, oh, I didn't know that.
But then I ran it by him, and he was like, "Yeah, sure, no problem."
Can't
bro.
be
And 2
picky.
minutes later, the guy, he's an RC guy. He's we're here promoting RC Tags tonight, and he is with, I will say, the guys up in Washington, the KV Kings. So if you're not part of their Facebook page, go check them out. But anyway, he sent me this down, and I just think this, because I ship stuff out to people. I give them, like you came over tonight. What I give you? Last weekend we went in a race, and he flipped his his techno buggy up and ripped the body open, and I came over tonight and gave your car a facelift. I gave it a brand new wing and a body. Why? Because I he's my buddy, and he's into RC, and he needed one, and I had one I'm not going to use, so why not? And that's what this guy kind of seems like to me. He's just that nice guy. And it said, "Dear Daniel, Daniel Judd, Ricky Vieira, and Randy."
What?
Whoa.
I'm sorry.
What?
Maybe I should try reading it.
Redo that.
Dear Daniel Judd, Randy Vieira, Ricky Bellotti, and 707 Streetcars Group. Thank you for your continued support with RC Tags and KV Kings. Hopefully this union will push the support of MPRC drag racing to new levels. As a token of gratitude, I have included some scale license plates and decals to use and share amongst your RC community. Also included some of the PNW groups and shops I support that are pioneering the MPRC scene here in the PNW, which I'm...
Pacific Northwest.
Yes. Okay. Here is a little breakdown as to what each one offers, and then he went down and wrote a bunch of stuff. But this is what he sent us. And, there's some work that went into this stuff. And if you can take that off the tripod so you can get in here, you can see Emma has the new chrome license plates. These are all mimicked after, and these are hard. These are not cardboard. I don't know. I can't remember. I think he said they're a composite. I asked him if they're aluminum, and he said no.
I'm sure they felt pretty cold, like it was.
You're right.
Maybe.
But he said they're not metal. So anyway, these are the stickers. I mean, here's our.
I want a sticker.
How's it build one?
Shut up.
And I need Robert Knighton to make a bunch more of these, but as the vinyl ones cut out.
I want a shirt and a sweatshirt.
Anyway, let's get back. So rctags.com, RC Tags Facebook page. These all say 707 Streetcars. Look, you have the
Oh, Botelio.
the Memorial California plate. You got the vintage black plates. You got the blue 80s plates. You got the white California plates like we have now.
That one, the next white one right there, is actually, if you look at it really close, it's the old sunset with the palm tree in the background.
Yeah.
Right there?
Yeah.
If you look close enough.
God, you gotta have good
Yeah.
eyes.
I might have it
Hey,
wrong
look
one
at
here.
there's.
No, that's it.
You see the palm tree behind the set?
Oh, yeah,
The
okay.
old sunset and the palm tree.
Yeah,
Oh, look at wait, no, wait. What do you have
I
to
didn't-
use? You have to use your flashlight.
Jesus.
That's smart. I turn around to
Cheese
look.
and rice, Ricky.
There's palm trees in that.
I believe you. Oh, there it is. Yep.
But anyway, here's the a different kind of black plate. These ones, these are awesome.
Those are sick.
707 streetcars. Pretty awesome stuff. He gave us some kind of small little plaques for the race wars.
Those are cute.
And I think I'm actually going to have some of these put into trophies. I'm going to have trophies made for race wars. I just thought he does really good work. I mean, the stickers are lightweight. Decals are lightweight. He does, prints and vinyl and just about anything under the sun. Here's RC tags. So if you guys need anything like this made, this stuff's awesome. If there's a lot of guys out there that do this that are into scalers and crawlers, and this is the kind of stuff that those guys are looking for, especially when it's. Where's R3? So here's Daniel Judd, and then Bellotti.
Batelli, Bellotti.
Batelli. I like Batelli.
Vieira. Pretty cool. So, thank you, Robert Knighton, dude.
Woo!
You're awesome, dude. RCtags.com. So I thought this was a really cool letter. This is
My
something-
registration's not expired either. It's good till next year.
Is it good?
Oh my
That's
god.
what I want.
Oh my
Hey, you
god,
didn't have my
Randy.
birth month right. May.
Look at
Do
you.
you know what May rhymes with?
What you are?
Oh.
Why do you gotta go there? I wasn't even thinking about that. I was thinking play.
Who had the picture? Last week?
Okay, so I'm gonna let Randy here show us why. I see a lot of guys having problems, and then they blame it on the tires. We're gonna do a huge tire segment because I don't think anybody's got tires like we got tires. So we're gonna do that in another episode. Tonight I wanted to let Randy take these scissors and cut these brand new tires.
You get to
apart.
do all the dissecting.
When your tire starts sounding like it's Italian,
Yeah. So
find out why.
these tires start getting kind of a flopping sound.
Wop, wop, wop,
Yeah,
wop.
flop, flop, flop,
Well,
flop.
it's Italian.
Oh.
And it throws the chassis all out. If your car starts doing this, do not continue to run the car. The tires are done. And here's why. And this is also the number one reason why you don't free spin your cars. Well, there's other reasons too, like the motor and stuff. But you don't want to hold your car up and free spin the thing because you're going to overexpand the tires and you're going to do this to them. So if you take this, oh my god! If you take this watch, can you see my hand here?
Now
Look.
I can.
Nice, 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 nice.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there's a hole there. Look at that hole. Well, what happened was it got spun either in a burnout or something too high,
Lost traction, one wheel.
Perfect, Randy.
Free wheel.
and it split the foam. You do not want to run this car. This will do nothing but ruin bearings, ruin transmissions, rattle the car apart, upset the car in the middle of a drag run and hit a curb. This is something you don't want to do. I always inspect my tires when I bring them back in from a run. I'll feel them, and if they feel okay, then they get cleaned and prepped for the next race. Well, actually, I can't say prepped because I go out and there's nothing on my tires. It's dry, so it's not. It's conditioning. When I'm done with or before I condition my tires, I make sure there's no split foams in them. This can happen, and you hook hard and you get a really good run, and you're spinning up to 100,000 RPM in the motor and 7,000 RPM on the tires at the finish line. It's almost the same as free spinning it. But free spinning, the only two these are both of mine, and these are both out of brand new sets of tires that I just put together in the last couple weeks, along with a bunch of others. And with the new electronics that I'm running now, I have made the mistake of going, oh man, it looks cool, blum, blum, and boom, blah, 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 and it started, it blew the foam that easy. So the only two foams, with all the problems I've heard people say they're having with foams, these are the only two I've ever blown. They happened in the same freaking week, and they were both from the same thing, and that was free spinning the car while holding it up. So That right there is no bueno. You don't want that to happen in your car. And unfortunately, you blow a foam, that's part of this sport that you're never going to get around is tire consumption, okay? Whether you want to show up at the track with 15 sets of wheels and tires all balanced out and staggered and done for different things like I do, or you just show up with one extra set, you got to bring extra tires to the race, because if this happens, and let's say the tires are brand new and they would totally last the whole day, and round 6 out of an eliminator round out of 9 rounds, this happens, you will not be able to finish the day victoriously with a broken foam. It will definitely was that last race we went to that was you that blew a foam? Or was that Ricky?
No.
What happened to you when we were practicing?
Was it David? Oh, David wrecked his car.
I didn't blow a phone.
Somebody did something.
Our first list race that we went to.
No, I'm talking about the last one. We traveled over to Vallejo.
That was me that was the phone.
Was that you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can totally hear it, guys. It sounds just like a
fart.
It's not something that you want to happen. So, is there any questions at this point of anything going on with Race Wars or us or anything we've covered here tonight? We want to get into our next segment, but I want to kind of slow down and give people.
Someone asked if we ever modify the foam, shave them down, make them more flat or more level.
I have found that I haven't had to yet. You'll notice that some foams are cut a little bit different than other foams to fit the inside webbing of somebody's specific tire. But that's something, for the most part, I've seen the companies, take care of on their own. This one doesn't. This one is just, it's asymmetrical. It's the same on both sides.
So it can't go in backwards.
Yeah, grab me one of those black ones up there. So there's black foams up there.
Right there.
Where?
Right there.
In the gray box.
Right there.
In the lid
Right
of the
in
gray
your
box.
face.
Oh, gray box. Well, I'm looking up there.
Thank you.
Shut up.
This is a perfect example. Okay. You see how this side is just cut square with the foam, and this side's been shaved down to fit inside of some or other's rubber piece inside the tire to fit it. So this company's already gone. This is a raw speed foam.
Yep.
And this has already been shaved down, so no, there's no real reason to modify these. If you're using the foams, whether the blue ones with the Pro lines, or the orange ones with the Panthers, or the black ones with the Raws, or
Gray one with J
freaking
Concept.
pterodactyl in my face.
It's okay. It's just a bug.
They've already done their homework, and I've never had to cut one up or trim it down or shave it or. Okay.
Did you make it? Oh, nice.
What else, guys?
Just sitting here looking pretty.
Any other questions? How many viewers? We got 71.
71.
Say hi, guys.
A lot of people said hi, guys.
Cody.
Hi, everybody.
Offen Baker.
Dude.
What up, Cody?
Dude, your unicorn's flying over here.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
I just whacked a unicorn.
That's what she said.
that's it. In the trunk, HR department right now. We don't tolerate that here at 707
Heard
Street.
that
Cars.
before.
Yeah, we got Real Talk
Won't be your
RC
first, won't be
podcast
your last.
Live watching here from Alabama.
Really? From Alabama? What's up, everybody in Alabama?
Sweet home
Um,
Alabama.
About
Right
right
on
north
there.
to the tread surface. No.
Further from the far north, Canada.
Heck
Canada,
yeah.
really?
Yep.
Ooh,
one
Canada.
there, and,
Canada,
pretty,
eh?
pretty black blonde.
Let's see who the furthest person is away.
Probably Canada.
But where in Canada?
If New Zealand chimes in, they win.
Yeah,
Because they're like, it's like Saturday
you don't
night
get any
over there.
further away from California
Than the other side of the
without
world.
coming back towards California. Okay. But yeah, these are brand new tires, and it's a shame. But I wanted to
Texas.
cut them up and show you guys what happens when we
Alberta.
cut that one open.
Dallas.
Canada.
Maybe there's
Alabama,
candy inside that
Alberta.
one. As he stabs himself in the hand. No!
Yeah, wasn't your hand just healing up?
Louisiana,
Louisiana, wow.
New Jersey,
Montreal.
New Jersey.
Wisconsin. What's your ratings you recommend for running your leftover?
Higher the better.
I run a full size pack, and they're 130C, 8200 milliamp. You can get them at Phantom.
Yeah, you had 2 different phones.
Oh, look at that.
So I want to show something. Craig
Look
Phillips.
at that. This one's been shaved, dude.
Craig Phillips, if you're watching, this is what I was talking about. Right there.
Wow.
He was messaging me asking about foams. These are two different foams.
Yep.
They're not shaved. They're two different.
These are the
different.
ones that I always get. I never had a problem with them.
Those
These
are
are the
the-
new
Yeah.
that they're coming with. These ones, no problem.
Huh.
I'm surprised you popped one.
Oh, look. You got another tear right there going.
Yeah.
Sweet, bro.
Go back.
Joyzy. Joyzy.
Joyzy.
And why?
And you can see the little...
New York.
No,
Unique,
probably not that
you
far
know.
away.
Unique
Stark
New
New
York. Unique New York. The suspect had
Oddly
oddly shaped
shaped
feet.
Gosh, that's like in every episode.
It's starting to split right there, so
Oh, well, there it goes.
there it goes.
That's what we would do.
Bada bing, bada boom.
All right, so I saw a couple things this week. These are my Juds.
What?
With
Looks like a yo-yo.
people wanting to upgrade their radios, and just like any other aspect of a race car, you always want the lightest, the toughest, the fastest, just whatever it is you're trying to achieve part in your car. And for somebody who might be getting into this, let's say they started with a ready to run brushed Traxxas Slash or something, and this is the guy that is at the lower end of figuring some of this stuff out, and somebody who's newer getting into it. And again, that's why we do this video, isn't for the race guys, because we're race guys, we know what we're doing, you know what you're doing. But we want to talk a little bit about radios and why it's essential to take that seriously and just think, okay, dude, I bought a Phantom battery and I bought a Phantom motor and I got the Proline tranny and my suspension's dialed and my car seems fine, my radio works fine, and you're using like a stock Traxxas transmitter or something. There's things that are going on with that transmitter that you don't see. And if you've never used a high-end radio like one of these, there's things that you don't know that you're missing it if you've never had it. And what I'm talking about is reaction times. When I finally went from whatever I was running and stepped up to the Futaba, there was a difference. The car felt snappier. It felt like it was doing stuff quicker. And I had an array of tuning options, and there's also a tuning option with stepping up to one of these radios that I could let you in on. It's a little bit of a cheat. Maybe some of you guys have radios that already do this and don't even know about this, but let's start with some radios. Let's get some of the common radios that are on the market. Again, we don't have any Sanwa. Sanwa makes great stuff. It's top-notch race car stuff. Excuse me, it's a ginger ale. Unfortunately, we don't use Sanwa. We use Futaba. So
I was going to go Sanwa before I was given this one.
if you were to ask me my personal opinion, who are the two best? Who are the Chevy and the Ford? Who are the two big kahunas in the race? It's going to have to be Sanwa and Futaba for me.
Yep.
I see a lot of guys asking, what's a good radio upgrade, and have three people chime in and
Where
say, what's the cheap one that a lot of people buy? The Sky RC.
Oh, Sky RC,
Yeah,
yeah.
That's if not the
the one I run
same,
on my RC10.
worse than what you have with a Traxxas transmission. So don't go that route. If you have a little bit extra money, you guys can afford to do this. There's different levels at which you can do that.
What is
with.
wrong?
Are those lights out of an
Did you really just
What?
grab it
Those
out of his
lights out
hand?
an oven or something? Jesus.
No, you
I
just
don't know,
need some more.
maybe you're hitting menopause.
Menopause?
I'm at that age.
Do you need Midol?
Just had my birthday, Good thing.
Maybe
Can
need
you
some
set it over
pamper.
behind you?
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep,
I
yep.
feel like the odd man out over here.
Wow.
I know you should be. You guys should
Right.
switch shirts.
No, hell no.
Oh my god.
Okay, so let's
Is this garbage?
start off with the spectrums and go from lowest grade to top grade.
Lowest grade, yeah, that one.
Okay, so
Lowest grade.
Can't get any lower than that one.
right off the bat, something that will set you aside from like a Traxxas transmitter or a Sky RC product. I always say that. I want
New
to say
Zealand's in the house. They
New
win.
Zealand, they win.
Woo!
I don't want to talk badly about any companies. It's not who I am. It's not what we represent. And you know, a Traxxas transmitter or a SkyRC transmitter, if you're just starting out and that's what you can do, that's okay, you know. But what I'm going to do is show why you want to upgrade to a better radio and some incremental levels that you can do that. So just going from a SkyRC or a Traxxas transmitter and receiver, you can go down for what I think is $49.99 or $59.99, and this is just your basic 2-channel pistol grip Spectrum. What are you achieving by going with this cheap radio? And what I mean by cheap radio is that it is on their cheaper side of their lineup. I have all their lineup. I own them. We'll show you what we mean here.
I believe this comes with all their RTRs now.
Okay, so this is more like an RTR kind of radio.
It has a special receiver you can only use with this radio.
But what are you getting with it? You're getting two fundamental things that you want in racing. Number one, you're getting a more reliable system. I would take this over something else that's, you know, ready to run any day, because Spectrum makes good stuff. You're also getting a little bit better reaction time because you're using Spectrum gear. The next one I need up is the gray one, and then the next one's going to be in the cheap Harbor Freight case. So this is $59.99. This comes with a receiver. This is going to be something that's going to be a little bit quicker. It's going to be a little bit more reliable. I think it's a little bit better looking. It's more ergonomically correct. It feels better in the hand. And
What did you just do?
so if you can step
awake
up
now?
from there, the next step up is the DX5C. Okay, now the DX5C is going to give you a bunch of other stuff.
Screen.
Yeah, you have a screen with it. It's going to be hard to see, and that's eventually why I got rid of it. I wanted a backlit screen. It's not bad if you're out in the sun. Can you see the screen writing in there? Okay. But there's exponentials that you can do in here, and you can set endpoints that you can't do with this, and you can set speeds that stuff returns, like your steering and stuff. You could do some little gadgetry to the throttle response and stuff in this that you can't do over this. Not only that, this will hold up, I believe, up to 40 models. So you can buy, instead of buying a new radio every time, I got to tell you, that's one of the reasons why I got one of these Spectrums. I went from that to that 4 years ago, was because I was tired of showing up at an off-road track with an armful of radios. It was embarrassing, dude. So I got one of these, and every time you build a new car, or you want to hook up a new rig, you just hit a couple buttons, boop, 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 and now all of a sudden it's taken that car that you were on, and now it's on this car, and it has all those presets in that car. And so for every car you want to have this radio run, you only need a new receivers. Cheap receivers are what, $28 or something like that?
$29.99.
$29.99 for another SR series receiver, and any Spectrum SR series receiver will work with this. So this is for $100 rather than $49 or $59. Like I said, this is going to be better than most of your ready-to runs out there. This is going to be, if you want to upgrade and see a little bit more steering response, something like this is for us is available all at Jake's Performance Hobbies. Somewhere your local hobby shop might have one of these in stock. These are both great radios. This was a radio that I still use today in because I go to the dirt tracks and I want to lay it down in the dirt and do something with my car. I don't really have to. It's a pretty tough radio. So. This radio got me through my first year and a half of no prep racing, and then I went from it, and I wanted to go with what?
I won Vegas with that.
With the same one?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, there you go. So it's a good radio.
Ooh.
Now, if you want to go top of the line, cream of the crop for Spectrum, when I bought this, that's what this was. This is the DX5 Pro, and it's basically the same model, but it does even more, and it has a backlit LCD screen, and that's what I wanted. Now this is what, $199, $200. Again,
Around $200.
each one of these radios just comes with the radio and the receiver, the radio and the receiver, the radio and the receiver. But there's things in here. If I can get up,
I can come to you.
so I'm going to press this, and I'm going to go to model name. Oh no, that's not what I want. I want to go to model select, and we're just going to take. Hold on a minute. VT, Vintage Trans Am. Okay. So now I'm on one of my old models I don't have anymore. And I'm going to go to travel. Okay. Up. Now if I come down to throttle, all radios are set at 100. Okay. Well, that means I have from 1 through 100 or 100 of a forward motion in my throttle. Where I've seen you can even pick up a little bit more in speed controls, and you can only do it with one of these digital radios, is you can go in and select it and turn that guy up to 150, and now your throttle range has 150% instead of 100%. And there's something about using that function in the radio. It just makes it more powerful. So I can come up to model select. I'm going to select my drift car. Boom, that quick I'm on the drift car. I'm going to come down to model select. I'm going to go to Emma's drag car. Boom, I'm on Emma's drag car. So that is a huge improvement over a stock radio. The ability to do that, to switch your exponentials and your travels and your speeds and stuff like that, but also to have a model memory like that is second to none. So
A couple clicks and you're on another car.
yeah, and it's actually it's more expensive at first because you're buying a bigger, more expensive radio. But what it can do is going to save you money in the long run. I mean, if you were to spend $49.99 on this, or $59.99 on this, that's $60, as opposed to the $100 for this one, and they both come with receivers. Well, then to do this again, you got to spend another $59.99 to get another receiver or another radio system for another car. As to where with this one, you could just buy another $29 receiver and hook this radio up to it too, and you're ready to go. So it can save you money in the long run. So this is Spectrum's lineup. I know Spectrum also has a radio called the Rugged, which has a little roll cage built around it. It was aimed at crawlers, but I see a lot of guys using them.
It's got a thumb for your steering too. A little thumb button for.
Oh yeah, so you can steer and do throttle. Yeah, you can do the whole vehicle with
Cool.
one hand, which is cool. That brings us to Futaba. So hold on, I gotta
Futaba.
put a new mag
I
in
got
the
freaking elbowed here.
mag in the 9 here.
This is where Ricky gets a black eye. Let's hope it doesn't explode when you open it.
Ginger ale.
God, you guys are off tonight. All of you.
Okay, so I went from this to this
Oh.
to this, and now I wanted something even more. Now that I could do everything I wanted to do, and I wanted something that even had a better screen on it, something that was more like a cell phone. I wanted something that was backlit. I wanted something that was even faster, and that's when
Dun dun dun.
I went to the Futabas. Now this one is actually one that I put in on Extreme Bodies by JB. He was doing a raffle for, and I had already bought my radio, which we'll get to. So I didn't need this, especially since, again, I run my radio with all my cars, most of them. So, and the ones I don't, I use the Spectrums for. So I actually gave this to Randy for Christmas, and it's a brand new Futaba. And now this is Futaba's lowest of the line, per se. But it already does everything that the top of the line Spectrum does. So this has all your exponentials, all your travels. How much is this radio?
I think it starts at $199.
$199 for this radio. This radio is phenomenal. It also has the fast system, so you can use the really, really fast triggered and responding receivers with it. And it's just it feels good. You know what I'm saying? It's lightweight. I like the way it's proportioned. I'm not a fan of drop down wheels, but it's a good radio, and I think that you really liked it.
Oh, yeah.
And it came in the box brand new with a bad button on it, which I feel still horrible about, but it's been a good radio for me. And again, it was faster than the Spectrum stuff. So then, if you want to, this is what Futaba makes right now. This is Ricky's radio. This is a Futaba 7PX.
Fancy.
Screen.
And as you can see,
Wow.
it is just.
It's like a cell phone.
That's your antenna. This is your antenna on a Futaba. And this is just their top of the line. Now, this is not a cheap radio, okay? This is all touch screen.
Yeah.
I could sit here all night and name all the things it does. I mean, it's got freaking hidden buttons and levers, and you can do all kinds of stuff to it. And if you're the kind of hobbyist that wants to spend some money and get top of the line cream of the crop, this is what it is. The Futaba line to me, period, is if I didn't have one of these radios, I'd be into what Randy was running, because this radio works off the same speeds and stuff with the Futaba stuff that all the bigger radios run off of. So it still has the here it is right here. If you can see that's insignia FASST. It's got the fast system in it. It's fast. So this is Ricky's 7PX. Now I have a 7PX too. I have the older one, and as you can see, it's pretty much the same kind of layout. The screen's a little bit bigger. Mine's not a touch screen. I have to scroll through it. But again, this is the at its time, this was a $600 radio. This is what I use on my no prep car, and it's just been a great radio. And it just, I think, and it does all live data and telemetry. So as I steer the wheel, you can see the graph moving, and see my presets at what the servo starts and stops at. Can you see the little blue thing moving back and forth? Same thing with the trigger, and reverse and brake. And these radios, there's companies that make stuff. Like I only put half of it on here. The wrap, the carbon fiber blue wrap. I have an aftermarket. Second trigger, the aluminum second trigger. There's adjustments under here, so I can adjust where I want this to start and stop. I can also, if it's too soft, I can crank a little set screw up, and it makes it a little bit harder. It gives me a little more spring. Just like Ricky's, this is my antenna. Those are the antennas for the Futaba.
Randy's like,
So yeah, I noticed a big improvement when I went from the. Now, granted, I'll stand by Spectrum stuff. Spectrum stuff is awesome, but if you really want the edge, even if you can go with this radio, this is an awesome little radio. This is the 4 PM by Futaba, and like I said, for $200, you're getting the top of line radio that you'd be getting for $200 in a Spectrum. The only difference is this has a faster system in it. It's lighter. It's more compact. It's just an awesome little radio. So,
does yours tell you gear ratios?
mine does all kind. I haven't even figured out everything.
And with the base one, the base Futaba, you can put in
sounds like a
batteries.
lightsaber.
I have one actually.
But this is the base Futaba. I'm saying the Spectrum takes freaking AA.
So here's another thing about these bigger radios is instead of changing out AA's all the time and going that route, I spent I think $30 and bought a ProTech Li-ion battery for it. So when I notice in the volts that it's getting low, or it tells me that it's getting low, I pop it on my charger right there at the race and charge it back up, and I'm full. So I put a little piece of foam in there just so it doesn't rattle around. Yeah, I think mine's got that.
Rollout chart.
Rollout chart, yeah. So that's pretty much it for radios, guys. Is there any questions? I know we haven't been looking at the screens much.
No, too busy drooling over.
4 PM is like the 7PX, but at a great price point.
It is. It's a great radio. I also suggest, let me
It's
see
all about latency.
the two boxes we got down there.
Don't pinch yourself, Randy. Watch your thighs.
So let me see the other one first.
That's what I got.
So this box I bought for, what are these, $25?
I think I got mine with a coupon. I think it was cheaper than that.
Okay.
Or something.
Yeah.
Radios are a expensive investment. They are a delicate piece of equipment, and you always want it to be working. You don't want it to get knocked around or dirty or anything like that. So you can go down to a Harbor Freight, and I call it pluck your own, because it comes solid, and I've plucked.
Wow.
Which radio is it? That's this one.
Fonts.
And it fits okay. It fits good enough to, to put some other things in it, and I put that guy around the wheel, and boom, it's got a nice little case. Or, do I take that back, Randy, please? You can go to places, maybe local hobby shop, and get one. This is made by ProTech, right here, ProTech RC. And this is the one I keep my Futaba in. Now, this is specifically made just for my Futaba. And then, as you can see, I keep 2 receivers with me. I got all my Wi-Fi links for all my speed controls. I got chargers in here for it. I got extra fans. I got the original battery pack for it. I got what is this? I don't even know what this is. Oh, it's a GPS unit. So the box comes with a bunch of cubby holes and stuff, and they're about what, $80, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
And it's just worth its weight in gold, and it and this thing could take a tumble downstairs, and I know my radio is going to be okay. It's,
I was gonna buy one like that, but then I saw that one for like $20. I'm like,
yeah,
Bargain
the price
shopper.
point of it,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I highly recommend this being part of the purchase in stepping up to a radio. If you buy a nicer radio, even like the one Randy's got, the 4 p.m. from Futaba, you want to take care of that thing. That thing
Like
should
a
last you
lightsaber.
years and years and years and years.
Randy's like,
that's cool.
He's like, it makes
how cool the
noise.
buzzer noise. I was trying to make it so it wasn't so loud.
So this is pretty awesome.
Sounds
Actually,
Mine sounds like a lightsaber.
I want to put one
Okay,
of these on.
it's
right
on.
now.
Let's all compare noises, shall we? Okay, that one sounded
That's-
That was
magical.
different.
That one sounded
Oh,
magical.
Yeah, his sounds better.
That's the
dude.
buzzer.
Can you turn it up?
Where the hell did you find the buzzer?
I don't
I
know.
don't know. It's in system.
System menu. Sound.
Oh, here we.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Where are you finding sound at?
Oh my.
I'm maxed out. Damn it.
I want to put a big old subwoofer on mine.
Sound.
It's all beep, beep.
Jesus.
I don't know.
We're gonna
But-
turn into Star Wars here in a minute.
I was just trying to turn it off so if I was playing with it, it wouldn't be loud.
Yours sound like Mario.
But I just wanted
It was
to
just different tones for different levels. Kinda cool.
show people, I don't know what the price points are. The Sanwa, again, right up there with Futaba. Sanwa's got some really cool stuff. Yeah, that sucks. As you can see, Ricky's still got the regular battery tray in the bottom with the double A's, so we're gonna have to update that thing with the ProTech Li-ion battery.
I tried
Duracell
to order one,
bunny?
but they were back ordered.
I just bought a cheap one.
I don't know if they came
I
in.
bought 2 of them.
Of course you did.
Oh, really?
Well,
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
I haven't charged it since.
And
I
who makes
literally.
that?
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
It's
You
just
know,
a
we
Barbie
have
battery.
the same.
Ready? I don't know.
my pack is, but
Hey, if I'm ever at a race and your guys' transmitter goes dead, open my box and grab the battery out.
I got 2 battery packs. Bought 2 of them for
You're
like
good to
$20.
go then, yeah.
I haven't charged it yet since I put it in here. Since
They
I
last-
Well, make sure
They
you
last
charge
quite
it
a while,
before the
dude.
next race.
They last quite a while. So
This thing went to Vegas.
I wanted to show some people, what some upgraded radios are. I mean, like even this Spectrum right here, the DX5C. This is a great radio. This is only $100,
I still have mine.
and it's just I can't kill the thing. So
Well, let's
Um,
not try to.
I had a problem with it. I was going out for a list race. It was actually my first race to go for #1 spot. And the power button on this one clicks in and out for on, and then in and out for off. Well, I clicked it on right before my race going to walk up, and I noticed that it didn't pop back out, and it never turned on. And so I'm sitting there trying to get the button out, and finally they're calling me up, and I'm like, screw it, it's a radio. So I took my knife and I popped the button out, and it came on. And then I never had another problem with it, but that was one thing that happened to me with it when I first got it, and it still has a NAR. It works great now, so I don't know what I did, or I'm just really cautious with it, and I keep the button pressing light, and it's been fine. So maybe I was gorillaing it and going, turn on, I gotta go, or something, but I'm gonna throw that back over there. Thank you. So, is there any questions for us, guys? Any questions about Race Wars? Anything that's coming up?
There's some guy asking about Grofners. Oh, because they have their Grofner radios. I have not have any experience with one.
Never played with a Grotner radio. Yeah. I believe in representing and running stuff from the little guy when the little guy's got it figured out. But there are some pieces of equipment you want to stay mainstream. Futaba's been around for 45 years. They'll probably be around for another 45 years. And that's one of the reasons why I chose a Futaba, and it just turned out Futabas were one of the best radios on the market. So.
That was just a small saying,
I told him to smile.
Message swinging fest. What the hell?
don't be jealous, Robert.
Don't make me pull out my lightsaber.
What's going on?
No, because they're messing with their radios, all the noises. Nobody knew what was going on.
Are we doing a show and shine?
Oh, maybe for the
Tim Smith and Gropner.
Tim Smith runs Gropner.
I don't know. Good for Tim Smith.
Yeah, good
I
for
mean,
Nope.
I've never heard of
Kicking the
Gropner. If they
thing.
make cool stuff, cool. I've never heard of their stuff before. I want to say I've heard the word Gropner, but I don't know. I don't have a phone on me. Here,
Gropner boats.
Do you want me to go grab your phone?
Boat stuff.
No, have Ricky look it up. Look up Gropner RC Radio.
Okay, Josh is asking about Race Wars.
What do you say?
You gonna read it?
No.
You gonna...
Stay at Race Wars. How much would it cost to have Ricky and Randy in mini skirts?
Yes!
Lining the cars up at the start line?
Do it!
It's gonna be $1,000.
Oh my god,
But I'll
that's
do
so
it- but
great.
I'll do it for $89.99.
Oh my god. Yes.
Freaking Robert. Gropner, they make some nice stuff.
All I'm seeing is twin stick stuff.
And chargers. Yeah, they have
Type in Gropner pistol grip RC radio.
They kind of look like a sand wash.
No, we're not finding anything.
Radios.
Does anybody know if Gropner makes a pistol grip radio?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Surface radio is what it's
Yeah.
under.
What's that one go for? That must be their King Kahuna right there. Never heard of them.
No price.
Let's see, what is it? I'll go on the trust the interwebs.
Gropner
Went bankrupt, I believe.
X8E. What?
XAE.
Somebody said they went bankrupt.
X8E.
Gropner did?
Yeah,
Oh, that sounds like a great radio company.
that's
I
what.
think that was their boat stuff though, because they did a lot of hobby RC boats.
Okay.
Rick Jones just put up a website.
I don't know. I don't run them, so I couldn't tell you whether they're good or not. And the one I just saw a minute ago looked pretty awesome, but I don't think it's any more awesome than a 7PX or a Sanwa or anything. You know.
Maybe all of it did, because there's one that's in.
Go to the top and press shopping.
Go shopping.
Slide over. There's not. I've never seen that before. There's not even an option for shopping. Under the Google hat where it says maps, videos.
Probably a good thing. This is Jamie's phone, so.
Shut up. It's hard to find.
find out.
You won't find anything too X-rated.
That's funny.
Well, it just goes back to their website.
This is radio case.
So maybe you can't get a radio for them anymore.
Maybe they did go bankrupt.
'Cause I know their boat stuff wasn't doing too good for a while.
Well, you know, you can only pee on so many electric fences before something like that will happen.
Or eat so many camels.
Right?
Oh my gosh. Here we go. Gropner,
anyway.
USA.
So, again, guys, September 5th, Race Wars. We're taking all and any donations. Everything is going to get raffled off for the raffle for St. Jude's Children's Hospital.
We are working on a list of hotels from Windsor to Runner Park.
Yeah, we're trying to come up with a list of hotels for people to stay at. We're going to try and get some, I don't want to say catering, but either some barbecue or something like that there for people to buy lunch there. You know, we're going to have one whole booth with some of our cars on display. And those cars will be readily available to race people after for amounts of money. Those cars don't get put down on the track for nothing.
There's brand new ones on eBay for $250. For
Okay, so-
the 8XE 4-channel
Okay, there you go. So Grofner, you can get a
HOTT radio
from a
system.
company that may or may not be out of business. Grofner makes it looks like a decent radio.
Yeah.
But anyway, so again, we're gonna do our Street Eliminator class for $100 buy-in. There's a $50 first round buyback if you want to get into the second round. If you bust out in the first round, all those donations will be going for going for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. We're gonna have a bunch of raffle prizes. We're gonna have a 50-50 raffle, and it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna take a hell of an orchestration from us and a lot of people helping out. If you guys have any questions about Race Wars, anything that I haven't covered in the flyer or the promotion stuff, or talking about it here in our videos, reach out to me or any of us and come up with any questions you might have for Race Wars. We want it to just be a really, really cool, fun event that gets really big. A lot of people lasts all day and a lot of laughing. I want to hear a lot of laughing and a lot of good to finally meet yous and stuff like that. So I think we'll have a really good time. You got any more questions here?
Are you guys still building a car to raffle?
Well, it all depends. If we were to raffle off some stuff and do all our things at Race Wars and, we got $2,400, then yeah, I could see us just taking that and donating that right to Children's Hospital in the name of 707 Streetcars and NPR Racing across the country and everybody who came to the race. However, if we only get together $700 or $800, then yes, we'll probably be making a full, just badass drag car with all our tech in it. Might take a couple weeks to put it together, but yes, then we'll be raffling that off. So it really kind of depends on how Race Wars goes.
If anybody wants to donate, any of the paint guys wants to donate painting, I do have a body that we can paint for the St. Jude raffle.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, so that's all stuff we can talk about. I know you've brought that up before, and it's very gracious of you, and I think that's probably something we'll do if we end up going that route. But like I said, dude, if we come up with $2,500, that's a good donation. Let's not waste any time. Let's get the kids the money. You know what I mean?
Or we do a raffle and donate the rest of the money left over from building the car and make even more.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah, so these are all logistics that we can talk about. So
good job, Bilotti.
Yeah, totally. I'm totally down with that. So it's still to be seen. A big question to me is how Race Wars goes. And I know that right off the bat we're gonna have 40 or 50 guys that show up just from our area. So we've had people reach out from all over, say we're coming. We got a bunch of people coming. We'll be there. Yada yada yada, and I think that's gonna be awesome. It's gonna make a really big presentation. I know there's a race. There's a $25 buy-in cash race down in LA tomorrow. Yeah. Down in Southern California. We're not gonna make it. Ricky's got to work. I got my daughter. It just didn't work out. We just can't. It just didn't work out. So we'd love to get down to the SoCal guys soon and do some racing, and we plan on doing that as soon as the summer breaks up a little bit. But as far as him going back to work and having a chaotic schedule, me having a chaotic schedule, and Randy working full time, it's got to be a race that's really the juice is worth the squeeze. And it would be worth squeeze, go down there and race with you guys and meet the SoCal guys and stuff like that. But this weekend is just not going to work out for us. We just got too much stuff going. And we'd have to stop the video right now and hit the road, and then get there with no sleep, and then you'd still have to call your boss. And there's just no way it's gonna happen.
I've been up since 4 this morning for work, so that's not.
Randy's
we
out.
are about as deep into this NPRC stuff as any other crew, and even then we still have to juggle all the stuff you see us do and talk about, and all the stuff we got going, and fishing poles in the waters, and raffles we want to do, and races, and then we do it all around work, guys. So. I'm a police car mechanic and heavy equipment mechanic for the city of Novato. Ricky transports and rents, huge pieces of equipment to multi-billion-dollar construction companies, and Randy is a top-of-the-line forklift mechanic for a big forklift company up in Santa Rosa.
Accurate forklift.
We all have big tech jobs, and it's hard to like Race Wars. I have time saved up. These guys could get time off, but it's got to be, it has to be a Vegas race or something that's $100 buy-in. If we're gonna travel, there's got to be something, So I'd really like to go down to LA, but it's just not gonna happen this weekend.
Paul likes stirring it up, doesn't he?
Paul wants to put you
Get
on
a
a
dunk tank. He'll pay serious coin to dunk Dan.
Oh,
That would be awesome.
I would love that.
Dunk the Dan.
How much is it to? Somebody look that up. How much is it to
Dunking
rent a
the
dunk
Dan.
Me and you.
Dunk tank rentals.
Oh my gosh, that'd be awesome.
Oh boy.
RCTags.com. Get a hold of Robert Knighton.
Ooh.
Those are some custom Judd ones right there, baby. Yeah, I like that.
I think I'm gonna put one of those on my radio.
That's what I was thinking too.
Right there.
That'd be pretty cool.
I was trying to figure out how to put this on my radio. I was looking like,
That's it.
what that?
These don't have
That's
any
what he
flat
was
spots.
just saying.
I know, I'm like, there's nothing flat enough.
That's all. It's curvy.
Mine's flat right here.
On the front here.
Yeah.
I want to make sure.
I wanted to go there though.
Just stick it on your forehead.
Rent dunk tank booth. Oh.
Oh my
Trying to
god.
do something closer because it'll.
I'm sure Big Five Rentals has them. Places like
Tony
that.
Cortez says he'll bring the dunk tank if you guys come to race me in Vegas.
Heck yeah.
Hey Tony, my sister moved to Vegas, and I'll be coming out there to visit. I'll race you anytime, buddy.
I'll be out
Yeah,
there. I might be out
we're
there in
definitely going to
October.
be. Yeah.
I'll race you for the hat.
So yeah, those hats. Damn it. Anyway,
Tony's like, damn it, shut up,
I think
Greg."
the next biggest Vegas event is going to be what, next February, like this year.
Something like that.
And we'll definitely be out there. You know, as far as going to other people's list race, that's just, unless it's near us. I mean, that's just we got our own list racing to go, plus work, plus all this other stuff like everybody else. You know, we set time aside for big races, but that's for big races. You know, so hopefully we can. Get down to see the SoCal boys before September, and if not, hopefully they can make it up to race in our event. Hopefully it will. The attraction of me and Ricky not running it, and then having $100 buy-in. I mean, this could get upwards of $7,000 or $8,000 for the pot. So
I think I'm gonna blow Tony Cortez's mind right now. Bring that phone over here.
Oh.
The OG Ghost.
Okay.
Always Hobby Wing. Always Hobby Wing. Zoom in there.
Where am
the
I?
Ghost is no longer Hobby Wing.
The Ghost is no longer Hobby Wing.
It's R1.
Yeah, we run R1, baby.
I do have Tekin. I love my Tekin.
Yeah, Tekin works
I
great
got
too.
a lot of Tekin, and Ty is a great dude, and I'm
Yeah,
still
totally.
still working on this, just seeing what I thought.
It's testing. At the end of the day, we are.
I still say my Tekin's faster.
We're really grateful for being the kind of guys that have the kind of jobs in life that we can enable buying some of the latest and greatest stuff periodically or all the time.
Did you see Josh's comment?
And be able to test it, and then and then we bring it on our show and say what we found and why we liked it or why we didn't like it. And the R1 works, and there's a reason why I changed from Hobby Wing. So Hobby Wing makes great stuff. You can win some freaking races with
Well,
Hobby
let's
Wing.
put a shark in the dunk
Yeah.
tank too.
Wow, this is my sponsor. Okay,
Dunking Judd Nards.
he wants. He
That
wants
was
to dunk
Josh.
my Judd Nards with a shark in
That's
the
from
bottom.
Josh.
I don't know whether to be offended or.
You could get a blow up one.
Um,
That'd be great.
Yeah, I'm really stoked about Race Wars. I'm going to have my daughter. There's going to be a lot of people that have volunteered to help out with the race. It'll run smoothly, and I want to break it up so we don't just like practice, and eat some lunch, and then the race is done and then it's over. I want to break it up. I want to have practice, and then do some sign-ups, and then eat lunch, and then run the first half of the race, and then go to another race, and then maybe like a raffle or something, and then do the finals, and
There you
then so I want there to be like a circus or a plethora of stuff that happens throughout the day. And hopefully we'll get some vendors and have our local hobby shop there. And
Have a dunk tank.
I know I'd like to see Jake come out.
I'm thinking about. I know quite a few people with some hot rods. Actually,
We might have
Ooh.
we have some buddies up here
Very
in Northern
good.
California, especially me.
Me.
Working
I got a
for.
couple.
He's got a couple Chevys in his garage.
Joe Curtis.
I built race cars for 18 years, so I have a lot of people with high dollar stock cars and stuff. We have a couple friends with real no prep cars.
I might even be able to get a visit from Cali Chris Poncia.
That'd be cool.
$240.
He's
Yeah. What?
I think it's like $240 to run a dunk tank.
For
To
one
rent.
day?
Oh my gosh,
Hey,
Randy.
I don't know if it's an hour a day. Just
Randy's stuck on the duck tank.
Can I drive from it?
I'll reach out to
Yeah,
Cali
walk for you.
Chris. I think his Nova's actually
Um,
in Brian Martin's garage.
Sean Burr is a local guy. Sean runs with Bodie, Team Bodie, and the Northern California guys. He's been on Street Outlaws a couple times. And he's got a couple ripping, pretty awesome drag cars. I'd like to maybe, get him out there to just display a car, maybe with a rope around it or something, so nobody could touch it. But it'd be cool to have real no prep cars at our event. I think that would be just really, really huge. So. If anybody who's our local friends who that sees this or hears that we're asking for this, please reach out. Again, I can have $5 million worth of race cars there, but I used to build road race cars, and we're not road racing. So as cool as they are, I want to try and get some no prep drag guys there. I know Ron Perry has a Camaro he's been building. I'm sure that he'll be more than happy to bring it out and park it there. I have a couple buddies that are with the Fairlane crew. They have some heavy hitting, large cubic inch nitrous Ford Fairlanes. So yeah, that would be really cool to see some real drag cars come out.
I think Callie Chris's car's in Oklahoma. So
that might not work.
I think it's at Ryan Martin's shop.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But I'll message him, see if he's got it out here.
707.
Sean might know.
Street cars. Is there any other questions? Any other insults?
Dunk the Gennards.
Paul, I hope you stub your toe. I love Paul. I love how he jokes around. It's how we are. We're very very shop talky amongst each other. So.
Josh,
bad balance.
you're gonna find yourself in the dunk tank.
He's the one that brought up the
I
Gennards
know,
comment.
Now he wants to put me in the damn thing, and he'll split the profits.
Oh my
Okay.
God, he's gonna take bets.
He's gonna rent
Like
it.
Rick does.
Will be $5 a throw to dunk Dan and Ricky.
He's
Can't leave Ricky out of this. I'll split the profits.
That'd be pretty cool.
I think we're just gonna have to pick him up and throw him in.
he can dress up in a shark suit.
No, you know what? And that's why a lot of people, even small town, little fairs and circuses and stuff, that's why they reach out to Big Four Rents and bring the dunk tanks in, is because it can be profitable, especially for a charity organization like we want to donate to come September. That could raise some money, who's not going to want to throw a ball at us, Personally, I don't think that Josh could hit sand if he fell out of a camel. Or water if he slipped out of a boat. But we'll see. Who knows? Maybe he's got a killer curveball on him. I don't know.
Camel.
But if Josh brings it out, I will definitely get up there. I will have my swim trunks.
So Chris Jenkins, any tire prep during downtime. If you show up at the light and your tires are wet, you won't be running them.
Yeah, guys, we can have, people have had this discussion until they're blue in the face,
Kissing booth next.
Oh, please no.
You can say prepping a tire, because prepping a tire doesn't necessarily mean that it has sticky stuff on it. Prepping is an action word, and what that just means that you prep the tire, you prepared the tire to run again. And so when you clean with a baby wipe to get all the surface dust off of the tires, and then use some Protec Red and let it sit in the sun until it dries, that technically is prepping a tire. What we don't want to see is any homemade concoctions or any kind of chemicals. We've been out at races where you're getting spider webs on your fingers. If I let me see a tire. If I can take my hands at tech and I've checked your battery and I've looked over your car and you pass tech and I can do this and there's stuff on my hands, well, your tire can be sticky like brand new, clean, softened rubber. But if you have an actual chemical agent or any kind of agent or any kind of anything on the tire that when I touch it, I can feel it on my hands, you're going to be disqualified. So as far as the race goes, this is a true no prep race. And you guys have been forewarned, and there's been 2.5 months, 3 months still until our race for you guys to figure out what you're going to run, what works, and get used to it before you show up and lose $100 because you wanted to use something sticky on your tires. That's just not, this is true no prep. And
there's one that's out there that a lot of people are turning to. It's that Ultra Blue, not allowed.
Ultra Blue.
Yeah, that's the name of it. That's what was in Vegas.
Glue.
Is that the one that was marked?
Was the one
Put
in
the marks on the
Vegas.
table.
Yeah.
So no legal stuff that you put a little bit of VHT in. I'm gonna, I've been into real race cars for over 20 years. I was around in this industry when Pimp Juice was discovered, when they first started using VHT on tires. I know the differences between the chemicals, and I'm also HAZWOPER and hazmat certified, so I know a lot about chemicals. And yeah. It's really cut and dry, dude. You put anything on your tires, they got to be dry when you pass tech. If you don't pass through tech with you got sticky tires, then you're going to be asked to sit that one out, which means you forfeit your race. So, our surface, I'm going to let everybody know right now, our surface is a really, really, really good surface. It is just, it's flat and smooth enough that you can get a good fast run, but it's also porous enough to where you're not spitting tires like you would on a slurry surface or something. Excuse me. We go out, we blow it off with leaf blowers in the beginning of the day. There'll be cones and chalk lines for center line, and stuff like that. Have we said if we're going to do a center line or not?
Yeah.
There will be a center
Yes.
line. Okay. So don't worry about coming out and running at our surf. A lot of people from other areas here in California love to come out and race with us because we have such an awesome place to run. It is a parking lot, but it's a parking lot that we have 100% permission to do race wars in. And it's a great race surface, and that's why also we're going to open the track at 8 a.m. and let you guys go out and really, really tune your cars to the surface. I don't want anybody to spin out and go, I didn't have time to test. Everybody's going to have 3 or 4 hours to test. So there's no excuses. If you're going to the race, get there, plan on getting there early in practice, and so that you can be on your A game, come race. I want there to be an exciting race. I want to see a full-on cage match, fist fight over the money of this thing. I mean, not physically, but with the cars.
Oh my
with
God.
the cars. I want some fast cars out there duking it out.
Fist fights. Oh my.
There will be, I believe we have a private guy coming out and videoing.
It's in the works.
It's in the works. Either way, the finish line will be covered from multiple angles with video camera. I know everybody's been out to races and they couldn't tell, who won in a race. And next thing you know, you have both drivers and 4 guys from each one of their crews, and there's 9 people trying to get in there. And
Oh
see
my
the
God!
video.
Remember Vegas? That was insane.
What's going to happen is me and Ricky are going to have the final calls on the race. If Ricky believes that it's one way and I believe it's another, and then we'll decide to rerun the race. But as far as when there should be nobody else involved with a finish line, a video finish line, other than the people who are calling it and the 2 people that were racing, and that's it. I was thinking about even doing kind of like what JJ does. So if it's really close and we have to look at it, we make a decision. If we make a decision and one of the racers says, no, I want to see the tape, well, it's $20 to see the tape. You can either trust our call or you can pay $20 to see the tape, and you're going to see what we saw, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So there'd be no point to doing it, because we are, I believe in everybody gets the same shot, help the next person in line. There's going to be absolutely no bias in this race whatsoever. I will see to it. And I want everybody to have a good time, and that's what this is all about. So that's how the close finish lines are going to be run. We're going to review the tape, and the winner's the winner. We don't need a bunch of people from the...
We'll have a camera behind the starting line.
Think so?
For the jump. Okay. Yeah, that's what saved my ass in Vegas.
Yeah.
Yes.
Red light, no.
Everyone was screaming from their team was screaming, he read that. I'm like, dude, you want to rerun?
Yeah.
And then they went back to the tape and called it clean, so.
Okay. And like I said, that's why you have a minimum of 2 people calling it, because then you have a grand census. So if one guy says, yeah, the red car in the right lane won, and the other guy goes, yeah, it was the red car in the right lane, well, then it's the red car in the right lane, and that's just it. But if he says the red car in the right lane, and I say, no, it was the blue car in the left lane, well, then we're just going to rerun it. We're not going to argue about it. We're not going to take opinions from anybody else. We're just going to decide to rerun it. So it's the most fairest way, and that's what I want. If I could put one word on race wars for people's chances to come and win, it's fair. I want everybody to have their fair shot, their fair share of going out and going for the title. So there'll be trophies available for the winners. I'm going to have them custom made.
Ghosts don't jump, they fly.
You're right, Tony. The ghosts don't jump, they fly.
Freddie, that would be cool to fill a dunk tank with pickle juice, but I was looking at it and it's 500 gallons, so that's a lot.
That's a lot of
juice.
pickles.
He said he's sponsored
Yeah,
$100.
Yeah, but that's 500 gallons of pickle juice. That's going to cost more than $100 for pickles.
Really, guys, anybody that is willing to donate anything. There's a gentleman that I think purchased. I have to go back and
One that bought stuff from Jake's.
it was Freddie. Okay.
I think it's Freddie LeBlanc.
Yeah, Freddie reached out and said, "Hey, I want to donate some stuff. I'm not from around there. I'm going to call your local hobby shop and buy some stuff, and you can put it in your donation box for the race." So I have to swing by Jake's and see what it is that he purchased. But anybody that wants to donate something, because that the money it generates is going to go to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. So that's basically primarily where your donation will end up. Granted, if it's a $40 part, we're going to hopefully raffle it off for $80 or $100 for the, of people worth of tickets to go after it, and that's how we're going to make this awesome amount of money, hopefully, to give to St. Jude's. So
Dennis kind of has a good idea. Maybe only let the 2 racers see the replay for free. Charge anyone else. That'll avoid big groups.
Well, the whole reason why I think that was in place was to have the 2 racers go, "No, dude, it was my car in the right lane that won." And he says, "No, dude, it was my..." No, we already made a decision. You know what I'm saying? If you guys want to see the video and have that argument amongst yourself, one, our call still stands, and number 2, you guys can go back into the pit and argue. Actually, there's not going to be any arguing. No. So this is going to be a race atmosphere with good attitudes, and if anybody gets a bad attitude there, or there's any kind of drama, I have I got the boys to bring the noise to see it that you leave the premises. So we don't want any
He
drama.
wants to rent the ghost.
It's going to be a really good time. So
Josh, hey Ricky, can I rent the ghost from you for Race Wars?
yeah, $1,000
No, 100% of the winnings
per race. Yeah, there you go.
You can load it up with a brushed
12-turn Titan.
Yeah.
No, I think
And charge them on top of it. Anyone know?
I think I'm gonna take Chase out and let him see what he does.
I think Chase will be just fine in that car, or any car you put him in.
He does. He might. I don't know. His car's fast too, so we'll see.
Yeah, his car is fast. I think you need to turn it up from a little bit. That was the gold and white one, right?
The 55.
Yeah, I think we need to turn it up a little bit. Maybe pop in a different motor or something, because it was fast, but it could have been faster.
Well, I put a new motor in it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. The motor he had was, the wife just messaged me, isn't the ghost being raced by Chase?
Oh, sounds
Janelle.
Like the
Shock towers and Wheeliebar. Thanks for not mentioning my name, by the way.
What's that?
The shock towers and Wheeliebars. Thanks for not mentioning my name, by the way.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what I want to bring up, and I don't know.
Was I not supposed to mention his name?
I don't know. I didn't know any part of this.
No, I think that, I hope that doesn't make anybody mad. Anybody that's got a big enough heart to not even know me and go, "Dude, I really believe what you guys are doing, and I want to kick in a couple bucks." I'm sorry, but that I'd like to say, "Hey, dude, thanks a lot." And I want to say, "Hey, thanks a lot" in front of everybody,
Janelle.
It's the people that are reaching out that are going to make the, because I'm going to donate a little bit. I know everybody else is going to donate a little bit. It's my little bit, and Ricky's little bit, and Randy's little bit, and this guy's a little bit, and Jake Performance Hobbies a little bit, and everybody. Next thing you know, these little bits transform into this one big, huge, gift to these children, and that's what it's all about, man. It really is.
I think the car raffle thing is a great idea because people want a car from us.
You're right.
I think it's my opinion.
Yeah, and that's why I brought that up a couple months ago. Is I thought that'd be a really cool thing to do, is to build one of our custom cars and have that car go out and go for a lot of money and pay Jude's Children's Hospital, and at the same time somebody's got one of our cars and they can go to races and go, "This is one of 707 street cars, and I won it," and all the donation, and that's just a cool story. I would love to own a car like that, and some lucky guy out there is gonna hopefully it goes to somebody who's a diehard racer that will keep it around and race it and show it off, rather than somebody that just wants to sell it again. But once we sell it and we make our donation, what happens to it is not up to us. So and that's really none of my business. I'm going to do we are going to do our share that we can do for these kids. We're going to work hard in giving everybody a fun race day. and hopefully at the end we have this awesome amount of proceeds to give to St. Jude's, because I think they'll really make a big difference right now.
Well, if we get enough stuff together, maybe do a couple different raffles with different items.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Is we'd sell the tickets for the raffle, and
We'll donate a
the raffle
cow and
will
a
have
block
all
of
the stuff in
cheese.
it. And so for the first number we pick, it's the Zen, and for the next raffle ticket, it's the scissors. You know what I mean? So the raffle tickets that we sell will cover everything in the raffle. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully we can get some really bitchin' stuff in the raffle. You know?
Well, we could get a cow and a block of cheese.
Yeah. Paul says he'll donate a cow and a block of cheese.
In Wisconsin.
Yeah, ship that out to me, bud.
I like filet mignon.
Yeah.
Tri-tip.
Tri-tip.
Ship the whole cow. Don't worry about it.
I like any part of the cow that
process it.
mooed at one point in
I
its
know a
life.
couple
Okay.
people can.
But
Alright.
yeah, so be watching for updates and more posters and advertising for Race Wars.
Go ahead.
This is where when it's gonna be.
No, I was thinking.
9/5/2020, Northern California. My original post on 707 Streetcars had the address and everything. I'll get that back out there again. Yeah, we'll throw that around everywhere. But this is what you guys are coming out for. Who's going to be the king of the streets up here up in California? You know, Race Wars, baby.
Race War champion.
Race War champion.
Yeah.
So, and I'd like to get some decent trophies.
Maybe you'll save up some crap at work. 'Cause I get all kinds of weird parts and stuff that are automotive related, and build one.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that would be really cool too. Yeah, when it comes to the donations and the raffles and ways we could get money for the kids, I just have this whirlwind of ideas, and we're going to be implicating 3 or 4 of those ideas simultaneously at this race.
Oh,
So
Lake NPRC's got some things.
they got some things.
Got some things.
Yeah, our sister race guys from up north here in California, Lake NPRC, Frank and Brandon and all these guys that we know from up north. They're just really nice guys. They came down because they were kind of behind us, and they came and they were like, wow, these guys are really fast. And they were such nice guys that we really always tried to extend everything we could out to them. And it's just been, they've always paid us back with friendship tenfold. These are just nice guys. And again, they're the kind of people I want to surround myself with. So shout out to Lake County NPRC. I want to give a shout out to the RCGRL down in Texas. I want to give a shout out to Jasmine. Jasmine, if you're watching, what's up? She's a young lady who's really big into racing with her father, and she's just she's a young lady. I don't know how old she is. I want to say she's
16ish, I think.
Yeah, somewhere around 15 or 16, and she's just my little 7-year-old looks up to her. Daddy, there's girls doing it. I said, yeah, baby, girls can do anything. And so that's beyond RC cars for me. That having her back us and we back those guys down there, just even on the internet is a really big thing for me. So, I say we just go through the neighborhood and just stick these on everything. People door handle it. What the heck? No, we wouldn't do that because it's vandalizing.
Let's see one of those small ones.
Small what? These guys?
Yeah.
Black one?
I was thinking about putting one on there. I don't know if it'll stand out or not.
So I'm going to reach out to Robert Knighton again and get a bunch of vinyl ones cut. But for right now, I got 2 sets of big ones. Who wants the white ones? Who wants the black ones?
These are clear.
Yes, they're clear.
It don't matter to me.
Don't matter.
Rock, paper, scissors, go.
Okay, well, you guys figure it out then.
Here, one of each. There you
Yeah,
go.
here.
Jinx.
But then you can't do the sides of the cars if you're going to do a car or...
They're not going to do it on a car.
I got RC tag stickers here.
Where's one of those RC tags with the flag? Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I like that. Should we,
We're going to split this up amongst us because we are 707. You know what? I'm going to give that one to you.
Yay.
And then, yeah, I think we're going to
Gabe!
save some of these license plates. Somebody asked if we're going to do a concourse, or show and shine, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it's in RC cars. It's called a concourse. In racing, it's called a concourse contest, and that's for the best looking. Maybe we could have the kids judge it or something. That'd be cool. Yeah, so the possibilities are endless. Just plan on September 5th, there being a full day of drag racing stuff, whether it is a pro spec class or the street eliminator for all the money, or a raffle or barbecue, or getting to know people and meeting people. I know that I'm probably going to spend hours just talking to people coming up to me and stuff, and I want that. But it's going to be a full day of RC drag racing. It's not just going to be show up an hour and a half later, there's a window, go home, the race is over. I want there to be some memories made in this. I want people to go back locally here in Santa Rosa or Petaluma or Lake County or Bakersfield or LA or Alabama or Hawaii or wherever they're coming from, and just think, man, I had a really freaking good time. I'm really glad I came out to race with those guys. So. Can you get it? They're hard, but once they come off, they're nice stickers.
You're trying to get the.
Gosh, you should have gave it to him after the show.
What? Are they stuck together?
Please don't hurt yourself on camera.
No, we can't get the backing off.
Where's a razor blade?
Well, this one's got his knife out.
You probably in the live feed. This might take a while.
That sucker's on there.
Leave it to Randy Rose.
It's like a really low profile double-sided tape.
I don't know. I can't tell.
Alright.
If Robert Knighton is watching...
Still on, watching us look like a bunch of monkeys.
Give us a tip.
What do we do?
You have to go to a corner.
There's a razor blade right there. Alright.
Hey, Ricky.
Look at this one.
I was
Over.
going to say, hand me my radio.
You got it?
Oh.
Oh, no.
Dude.
Let's see you can do it first.
Maybe you just put double-sided tape on.
Double stick on there.
Yeah, maybe.
Again, Robert Knighton, if you're watching, chime in. Are these got sticky on the back of them, these plates, or do we got to add something?
Whatever that
It
is,
might be
just
like a
scrapes.
primer, so it sticks. Because look,
Yeah, it just scrapes.
Oh,
so maybe we put double sticky on there.
Double sticky.
Back in the
Okay.
bag.
back in the bag. Yeah, so anybody else got any questions?
There it goes. You can get it off right there.
Yes.
No, those
No.
these are the license plates.
Oh, just kidding. I lied to you.
I'm gonna make a keychain out of those. Those are cool.
That would be cool.
What kind do you like here, girl? You like the black plate, the blue plates?
Black. Sweet.
There should be two in there.
I
Yep.
get presents.
No, add sticky.
No ad
That's
sticky.
sticky.
We're sitting here for 20 minutes
A
wrestling.
bunch of
That's
monkeys
not
trying
good.
to football.
They're so
And
cute.
four.
Yeah, I don't think if anybody else has got any questions, we can probably sign off. Again, I'd like to thank Troy at Phantom RC Products, Steve Negri at RC Racing Innovations, Milo Carvalho at Flash Packs, Paul Peterson with Shark RC Bodies. If you don't have one, get one.
Polywog.
For the guys that are waiting on RC Shark Bodies, in the next week they're going to be shipping, so stand by. It was just, we flooded Paul. He's a small one guy. He does everything himself, and he does it very well, but we just had, because of our show, we've had just an outpour. He's just like a tidal wave of orders coming over him. So stand by. Your body will be in the mail. Thank you, Paul, for everything you've done for us.
Yay,
and being
Paul.
a friend. And thanks to Robert Knighton, and thanks to Justin Holt for these awesome pit mats again. I just already got mine dirty. Had one made for my buddy Randy here. So that's been bought and paid for, and it's coming down Sunday.
Woo!
And
Fancy.
yeah, everybody that's supporting us and watching us and following us, and I think that next show we're probably going to cover some iCharger stuff. and maybe some tires. I don't know, because I could break either one of those up into an hour and a half episode. You know what I'm saying? So we'll have to really give it some thought as if we want to do that jointly or if we want to split that up into 2 different episodes. Because there's just an overpouring of tires and compounds in the market right now. And the iCharger stuff goes very in depth. And I think we should split it up because the iCharger stuff kind of goes into what battery you should be using and discharging batteries and other stuff. So that's going to, so that we don't have you guys on here for 2.5 hours. We want to, there are our diehard watchers that don't mind. They're like, keep going, we need more info, and that's why we do this. But, we kind of want to let people digest it and go use it. And then we move on to the next one and then you guys can digest that. Now what?
Oh, a couple people are saying they need a 67 Mustang Fastback. The other one's RX-8 and the RX-3 would be sweet. Paul said, not another body request.
Yeah, we need to hammer down on getting the orders out that we have already. He's already just worked his butt off and fulfilled so many orders. And like I said, I'd like to see him and get these last little bit of orders out and then really start hammering down on stacks of bodies for distributors and go mainline. I don't know if I've directly just said this to Paul in the hours and hours we've spoken on the phone.
Monte Carlo.
But
Randy.
I wanted to see him go mainstream, dude. I want Paul to become the next big name in Shark RC bodies, to be the next
School
big
bus.
name in RC cars.
Pinto wagon.
Yeah, and who knows what that could turn into. It gets big enough, he hires some people, he gets a warehouse, next thing you know, he's mass producing hundreds and hundreds of them a week, and they're selling like crazy, and
go for it.
and then you have the time and you have the money to do the research and the designing and maybe make buggy bodies or this or that, but that's in the future. We need to stick with what we got right now and getting the racers what they need for
like
this
that
race
VW
season.
bus.
So,
That was cool.
but if there's nothing else,
But eat, that's all, folks.
Everybody wants a Pinto body.
Pinto would be awesome. I would run a Pinto. A big old freaking wing on
Fireball
that thing.
coming out the back of it.
Hell yeah! Hell
branded.
yeah! That's awesome. All right, so this is 707 Streetcars signing off from episode number 14. Hopefully we helped you guys make a little bit better decision on upgrading the radio, why you want to upgrade your radio, which radios to look at.
And they got to see the Ghost make a rip live.
Yeah, you got a live rip out of the Ghost. Other than the small inconveniences of the neighbor leaving and that one car that drove through.
Hey, we had a live studio audience.
Yeah, live studio. I mean, we were out there for 30 seconds. We had 10 people, gathered,
watching.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. But anyway, episode number 14 in the books. We'll see you guys back here, same bat time, same bat channel
Nice.
for episode number 15. And I think we'll be racing this month in June.
Yes,
our
we
first
are.
list race. So we had one back in February.
That was it.
And then that was it. The coronavirus thing just kind of gave it to our race schedule. And we want it back. So, if Gabe's watching, we love you, Gabe. What's up, homie?
He's there.
Is he?
Yeah,
Good.
he was.
But yeah, Gabe wants to get us back on track. So Gabe's actually, the place we race at is the place that Gabe has given us permission to hold our race wars in
Woohoo!
September. So,
Way to go, Gabe.
hopefully Gabe will be out there to meet people. We put a name to the face. He's in one of our episodes.
He needs to come back on.
8. I think episode 8. I'm not sure.
5, somewhere in there.
But yeah, Gabe's a good guy. So anyway, next week, guys, episode 15. We'll release next week what exactly we're going to do in the episode, and we'll see you then.
Gabe's here. Bye, Gabe.
Bye.